Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven JavaScript video. I'm recording this on December 30th, 2012, and starting a brand new chapter with this episode. And what we're doing here is we are creating an application called WeWikiPaint, which is intended to be a multi-user drawing application. And that is what it's going to be eventually. Right now, the only thing that's online is this marketing text. If we go to wewikipaint.com, you'll see just the marketing text. And what we've been working on is getting just some basic painting on the homepage. That's our next minimum marketable feature. And the specific user story we're working on for that feature is drawing a line in response to the user mouse. And I'm very happy to say that as of the end of the last chapter, we got that working for most mouse drawing events. Now our styles are terrible, but you can ignore that. Those will get cleaned up later. So you can see that I am actually able to draw lines in response to the mouse working. So awesome. So what happens next? Well, it's working, but it isn't working in all cases. For example, if I draw the mouse outside to the outside edge and then come back, we get this weird sort of line clicking down thing. If we start outside and come in, it works. If we go inside and then keep going, it's just a little bit weird. So I think what I'd like us to handle those special cases. So that's one of the things we need to do is handle those special cases. The other thing we need to do is clean up our code. We've sort of accumulated a lot of cruft, and that needs to be taken care of. So this chapter is a bit of a just sort of clean things up chapter, and hopefully it won't be too long. So let's start out by just doing some cleanup. Looking at our production code, it's fairly straightforward. We've got the ability to initialize our drawing area, and then we've sort of stuffed all of our mouse event stuff in there as well. And then we have drawing a line and a relative offset to calculate a relative offset. So let's start by just fixing this up a little bit. I think that this code would be better if we actually factored out all this code to handle events. So all of that code here could be moved into a function called handle drags. And we could put that down here. Let's actually, there. Formatting was a little messed up. So that's nice. Now we create the paper, we handle dragging events, and that's that. I'm not sure what this drawing area thing is, though. I think that's just a bug in the refactoring. So there we go. That should still work. Yep, and it does. So, okay, I think that's a bit of an improvement. Now let's reorder this, I think, so that it tells the story a bit more. So we've got mouse down calculates the relative offset. Mouse move draws the line, but only if the mouse has been put down, and then mouse up nulls out our drawing. So yeah, I think that's good. Relative offsets, very straightforward. And let's go ahead and move draw line down below drag events. I like my code to tell a story. So, you know, sort of the outline at the top, followed by more detail, followed by more detail. So we can see here that initialize drawing area creates a Raphael canvas, handles drag events and then returns that paper. Handle drag events does stuff, including draw line. Drawing line does stuff. So it all sort of proceeds logically down the page. That's how I like to order it. Some people like to start with all the details at the top and then put the big picture at the bottom. I think that's more an artifact of using languages that don't support having the details after the functions that use them. But whatever. It's all a matter of style, and there's no such thing as wrong style. There's more time has been wasted arguing about style than has ever been saved by having a consistent style. Believe me on that one. All right, so I think this is good enough. Let's go ahead and check this in. So what we have here is we've just factored out drag event handlers. Okay, now let's take a look. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's take a look at our test code. One thing I really dislike about this test code is that we're constantly repeating ourselves. So, but at the same time, I tried to factor this out once and it kind of bit me because the style was not right. So I'm not sure how to deal with that. Maybe we'll punt on that one, come back to it. So when we do the click tracking, accounting for the margin border and padding, we need to figure out how to factor out common setup code. Also, let's see. So we've got it saying it should draw a line. You know what? We don't need that code. Because now we have all this other it should draw a line code. And also, that means this can be private rather than exposed. And I think that's probably a good thing. So let's make sure that works. Well, we'll have to call it directly here. And take out that semicolon there. There. Let's actually make that message a little more clear. Removed extraneous draw line test. Okay. So it draws a line in response to mouse drag. Nice. Should not draw line segments when mouse is not down. Also nice. It stops drawing line segments when mouse is up. That's good. Draws multiple line segments when mouse drag multiple places. And draws multiple line segments when there are multiple drags. Does not draw a line segment into mouse up event. That seems more, like I said, I like my code to tell a story. So that actually seems like it belongs here. Okay. Now we don't need this click mouse. We're not using it anymore. We're just using mouse down, mouse move, and mouse up. And there's obviously a lot of duplication here. So we're going to want to fix that. Paper paths. This is actually not true. This could be called path, not box. That's left over from when I was struggling with a bounding box, the bounding box function. Drawing elements. I wonder if I could just collapse these. I don't really need drawing elements and paper paths separately. I just need them together. Then I have path 4 element, and that works fine. Yeah. I think here I could say paper dot for each element var path equals path for element. And then this, and then return result. Missing a semicolon again. That, I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that's happened to me, I could buy at least 2 cups of coffee. So there we go. That means we can get rid of this, which is nice. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. And you know what else we could do? I'll bet you rather than returning this as xy, x2, y2, since nobody's actually using that and we're just translating it, why not return it as the actual array we want? So here I could say that, and the same thing here. And let's see if that still works. No. Oh, right, because I am still looking for path.x. So here we just say result.push path. Excellent. Now we can inline this, and that should still work. And we're done. So we've cleaned up test helper functions. Okay, that's nice, but we still need to fix this mouse stuff. So you know, this reminds me over here, looking at this, I want to rename this to page X, page Y. That's a minor change, but more explicit because we call it with page X and page Y. So here we're going to do the opposite. We're going to factor out code that, given relative X, gives us the page X. So I guess what we want to do is, like this says relative offset, we could write code here that says page offset. So what we want to do is say page equals page offset, drawing area, relative X, relative Y, then we'll pass in something like this and return X is page X, Y is page Y. And then say page X, page Y. I hope I did that right. I have no idea if I did. I did do it right. Okay, good. So now I can inline this and inline that. And that's good. But I bet you we could take it even further. Let's see, we factored out page offset method. And I think next time what we need to do is continue factoring out these event methods. So that's what's next. We'll finish factoring out duplication in our mouse event test code. We're not going to eliminate the setup duplication yet. We'll do that here. And then we'll go on and we've deleted our irrelevant tests, and then we'll do the rest of this cleanup that's been hanging out. We're not going to delete the Raphael's internals code though. So a few things here and there, and then this will be hopefully a fairly short chapter. So next time, that's what we're going to finish up with. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.